Stephan, tell us about your career journey. How did you get started with forecasting, statistics, and ML?
Actually, I'm not a forecaster by training.
Mhm,
I'm by birth, I'm a mathematician, so I studied mathematics.
mhm,
But while I studied, there was this young lady who was a psychologist, and every psychologist needs a statistician to analyze their data.
mhm,
And the place where we studied, there was no school of statistics, so she did the next best thing and grabbed a mathematician and remodeled him into a part-time statistician.
mhm,
And yeah, well, a couple of papers later, I married her. And when we finished our PhD and I was looking around for a job, I applied for a job at this forecasting company, this small startup. And one of the founders was a professor of economic statistics. And he looked at my CV and said, well, this guy has 5 publications in inferential statistics for psychology. This guy can do forecasting. So they hired me. And then, well, I had to do forecasting for retail, and that was completely new to me. And so I looked around for resources. That was 20 years ago, so much less out there than today, a couple of textbooks, and that was all. And I found out about this International Institute of Forecasters that were doing an annual conference, International Symposium of Forecasting. And then I attended that back in 2006, I think, the first time in lovely Spain. And that kind of sucked me into this vortex of these forecasters out there, and the rest is, well, I would say the rest is history, but of course for forecasters, history is what you train on, so probably better to say the rest is forecasting. And so I still have this one foot in this inferential statistics camp with my wife, who's by now a full professor of psychology, clinical and biological psychology. So I regularly talk to her about her analyses, and that's a completely different field from forecasting. It's purely inferential statistics. So my approach to forecasting is really heavily tinged by this inferential background that I have, and the other way around. When I talk to her, often have suggestions that a typical inferential statistician would not have for her. So I'm kind of sitting between all chairs, but that's a comfortable place to be because it's interesting.